can reduce your noise. Yeah, it's from the technology, it's changing ideas, but what technology? The first one I would like to mention about is for the electronic, the state and the load is changing the ideas of the fly on the air. The second one I would like to mention about is about the mechanical technology. For the laser ligament, the error just only for a few millimeters, maybe under 2 millimeters. So we can see for the high-speed railway, it's quite fast and quite reliable because the technology changed and invented it. So just only so simple, fly up and slow down. That's it. 1 minute.
Cool. That was awesome. Have you seen the Tesla's idea with the what's it called? Tesla wants to get a tunnel, air train. The loop, I think it calls it.
You mean the car company? Is that?
Yeah, you want to make the loop in California, air loop. So using air, and then probably use also magnet to hold it in position, and then air to push it. Even no air resistance, just one direction. Taiwan would be a great place for that.
Yeah, the self-checked jet.
Little island, you can lap around the island, turning. Do the whole island in 1 hour. That'd be cool. Okay, my computer's completely down. Wow. I can't shut it off. I can't start it. Anybody want to try it? So no other homework? It says I'm using a tablet. News to me. Try, yeah, go for it.
In this moment, you can enjoy your supper.
Oh yeah, I should be eating, right? Yeah. So I was doing the presentation for this class, and I was doing it in present. And I thought, man, I haven't actually read Lean Startup in a long time, so I thought I would review. So I went to YouTube and a search for Lean Startup, and I got a video, and it was really good. It was actually done by the author, and he did it in another software called Storyboard. And it was really good. I was going through, it was awesome. And then at the end, the comments, it said, one of the guys said, yeah, this is great for students. Yeah, it is great for students. And I'm like, that hit me, right? Why am I preparing a stupid little PowerPoint presentation when we should go directly to YouTube, directly to the video from the author who's actually doing it, right? Why would I take that information, try to reprocess it, reorganize it, and then present it to you when we get it from the source, right? So yeah, instead of a presentation, we're just going to watch the video and then talk about it. Did any of you investigate lean startup before you came here? Oh, you're terrible students. Oh my God, look what we got to work with here. None of them did their homework. None of them, you know, any kind of prep for the class. That's true. Eh? At least you show up, right? Yeah, so once this thing loads, if it ever loads, we'll get into it. Oh, here we go. So yeah, go to YouTube and get the info. Yeah, I had a major crash too. Give me a second here, I'll use my desktop. See, technology should be so smooth. We shouldn't have to do this. You just put your computer down, it knows where to go, right?
It only happens on Microsoft.
Yeah, Microsoft, yeah. Personalized screen resolution. Multiple monitors.
It works.
Detect. Let's get. Okay. Yeah, it looks okay, but nothing's showing up. Anyway, lean startup is a system. Okay, it's very different from traditional business. Not hooked up.
Connect to reach it out.
Oh, that's probably why. Yeah. This is all the stuff that I've been looking at. Oh, these are things that are recommended by YouTube. YouTube recommends that I look at these. I mean, I'm looking at them here, I'm like, yeah, that looks good. So what do you think their algorithm looks like at YouTube, right? And it goes through, it's picked things that I've watched. Yeah, I've watched that. I haven't seen that one. Watched one of those. Yeah, watched them. You know, so it's taking what I have watched plus things that are similar. Oh, there's, that's recommended. Yeah, because I got to talk today, right? Algorithms, right? How they control your information that you see. It's really bizarre. Scary shit. I've got, what do I want to watch? Browse channels. My channel. My videos, no. Home. Oh, Piper's Whistle, get lost. Playlists. Talks. Design thinking. Stop. No, it's not the one. Hey, that's you! No, I'm looking for my talk. I think it's this one. Oh, yeah, this one was cool. What is Lean Startup? All right, here's the first one. Really fast. Oh, the speakers. I forgot the speakers. We got speakers here? There's the key right there. Let's rewind that and watch that again. All right, this is the key to Lean Startup right here. The beginning of a company, right? We'll call it the birth. The way this is managed is very different from the way the long run, right? Right? When you start a company, the way it's managed is very different than the way you run this company, right? The management methods are very different. Management methods. All right, very different, right? This is crazy. This is a crazy time. Whereas this is very stable. So it takes two different types of management and thinking about a company. And what Lean Startup says is you can eliminate these things. Long development times and large amounts of funding. All right, and this is the key to it. Rather than having a large company create a big company, you could start small and work your way up. Minimal viable product, right there. That's key too. Yeah, stop this guy back. Stop him and go back. Minimal viable product. That's the key, okay? When you begin, minimum viable product. What's a minimum viable product? Yeah, just the basics. Yeah, viable means it works. All right, right? It works. Right, so the minimum working product you can create. Right? Sometimes these can be prototypes. Your first prototype, a minimal viable product. But the key here is the product, not prototype. Product meaning you actually sell it. You actually sell your customer something that's barely working. That's crazy, right? Traditional business says that's the stupidest thing you could do. You're going to fail. But it's not true. There's a way of doing this.
Building only the minimum set of features is important in order to get the product in front of customers to get feedback. It may have some bugs, but the MVP is typically shown to early adopters who are more likely to look past these bugs. The company uses the MVP to get feedback in order to learn exactly what customers want. They take those learnings and decide whether to continue to build the product, whether to tweak the product, or to pivot, which is a change in direction to test a hypothesis about the product, strategy, or engine of growth. The company continues this cycle, which is called the build, measure, learn, feedback loop. The Lean Startup approach.
Oh, that's blurry. Explain that. Oh, pivot. Yeah, that's another key too. Okay. All right. Where's this one? So this is the cycle. All right, this is actually a failure cycle. Is what it is. Failure cycle. The idea is to fail as fast as you can. So you build something, and you measure how your customer likes it. And now with the internet, you can connect with customers directly, right? Cool customer stuff, no complain on it, whatever, but it's feedback. Then you learn from that feedback. You might take what they say, you might be crazy, whatever. But you can use that then to build the next version, ship it out again. Keep doing it. As quickly as you can, the faster you can do that, the faster you can innovate. There's no big funding thing, no big whatever. Keep doing it again and again and again. More valuable product. Now, he said pivot. 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 So what happens is you start off here, right, with your company, and you think, oh, here's what we're going to do. This is our goal. You know, this is what we're going to do. Right? And we start moving towards it, and we see that the customers don't like it. It's moving in the wrong direction. Nothing's like, oh, I'd rather have this feature, I'd rather this, or you learn something new. So at some point, you have to pivot. You say, okay, we're going the wrong way, let's pivot. And again, through the cycle. Do we keep going this course, or do we get somewhere else? Right? We might end up at a different goal, but the thing is, as you move, you who are learning and developing the product. Also, fail, try again, fail, try again. So the point is, yeah, every time it's a cycle, you got to think, are we on the right course, or do the customers go this way, or this way, or oh look, we found a new market, let's go this way. Right? It's not about building this huge company because you think this is where you're going, you want to go, right? It's like, oh yeah, this is where we're gonna go, but on the way there, man, life is full of changes, right? So every time you move the cycle, you get keep changing, adjusting, constantly shipping, constantly selling, constantly whatever. It's a never-ending process, and eventually you gain enough size that you're in the long run, right? It goes up, and then in the long run, and then it collapses. All companies go up, they rise, they collapse. There's some looking for a long time. This old company, its time span is, just 100 years. Eventually, nothing else. But this is the starting point. Any questions?
What minimum viable product or
What do people technically can you explain the people in the mechanic?
people? So
Yeah.
I know people in mechanical is
Change direction. Yeah, pivot means to move, right? But in this case, it means to change direction.
Like flexible.
Flexible, that's right. Pivot, change, this way, this way.
people 这个是在在那个新创这个圈很容易被看到。它在机械里面其实是一个轴心，然后它会改变方向。对，然后后来被用在在那个新创事业里面，就是看不行就转，对，不用犹豫。
Right. It's important to have goals, but at the same time, it's important to also look at your environment and see what's happening. And observe your environment, adapt to your environment.
The Lean Startup approach shortens product development cycles and builds products that meet customer needs through validated learning, scientific experimentation, and iterative product releases.
That's the key right there.
Go back to that.
Through validated learning, scientific experimentation, and iterative product releases.
All right, so validated learning means you actually build and you sell and you test. You see what happens. And then you get feedback, scientific experimentation. That can also be in your product design. And then iterative. You iterate product releasing it again and again and again. Release again. Get feedback, release again. Globally, you don't see locally, but globally, right, manufacturing time is shortening, right? It's getting these quicker and faster. So it's like this really help. And again, if you enjoy this kind of approach, use it. If you don't enjoy it, don't use it. Right? There's many approaches. This is one the modern.
What another approach?
Oh, I don't know. They're all really old. It's the newest one. Anybody know another approach? There's a lot of them. I can't think of it. These things are popular for a couple of years and they go away and it comes up, right? Because they're always, again, the approaches are getting better and better and better. Right? And business is also changing. The environment changes. Right? Business is not always the same. The economy is always changing, always changing. I don't know any old approaches. Other than the ones from business school will be easier, right? Any questions about that? You want to watch another video? Another good video.
Okay. This one's got more explanation and I think more examples as well. And this one was done by Eric Ries, the author.
Yeah. look at this. Great for students. Yeah, good idea. Yeah, all right, sure.
Stop me if you've heard this one before. Brilliant college kids are inventing the future. Heedless of boundaries and possessed of new technology, they build a new company from scratch. Their early success allows them to raise money and bring an amazing new product to market. They hire their friends, assemble a superstar team, and dare the world to stop them. 10 years and several startups ago, that was me, building my first company. I particularly remember a moment from back then, the moment I realized my company was going to fail. My co-founder and I were at our wits' end. The dot-com bubble had burst, and we'd spent all our money. We tried desperately to raise more capital, but we couldn't. We were arguing in the street, and we couldn't even agree on where to walk next. So we parted in anger, headed in opposite directions. The company limped along for months afterward, but our situation was hopeless. At the time, it seemed we were doing everything right. We had a great product, a brilliant team, amazing technology, and the right idea at the right time. And we really were onto something. We were building a way for college kids to create online profiles for the purpose of sharing with employers. Oops. But despite a promising idea, we were nonetheless doomed from day one because we didn't know the process we would need to use to turn our product insights into a great company. If you've never experienced a failure like this, it's hard to describe the feeling. It's as if the world were falling out from under you. Hard work and perseverance don't lead to success. Even worse, the many promises you've made to employees, friends, and family are not going to come true. Everyone who thought you were foolish for stepping out on your own will be proven right. It wasn't supposed to turn out that way. In magazines and blogs, we hear the mantra of the successful entrepreneurs. Through determination, brilliance, great timing, and above all, a great product, you too can achieve fame and fortune. But I've come to believe that story is false, the product of selection bias and after-the-fact rationalization. In fact, having worked with hundreds of entrepreneurs, I've seen firsthand how often a promising startup leads to failure. The grim reality is that most startups fail. Most new products aren't successful. Most new ventures don't live up to their potential. Yet the story of perseverance, creative genius, and hard work persists. I think there's something deeply appealing about this modern-day rags-to-riches story. It makes success seem inevitable if you just have the right stuff. It means that the mundane details, the boring stuff, the small individual choices don't matter. If we build it, they will come. When we fail, as so many of us do, we have a ready-made excuse. We didn't have the right stuff. We weren't visionary enough, or we weren't in the right place at the right time. After 10 years as an entrepreneur, I came to reject that line of thinking. I've learned from both my successes and failures that it's the boring stuff that matters the most. Startup success isn't a consequence of good genes or being in the right place at the right time. Startup success can be engineered by following the right process, which means it can be learned, which means it can be taught. Entrepreneurship is a kind of management. We have wildly divergent associations with these two words, entrepreneurship and management. Lately it seems that one is cool, innovative, and exciting, and the other is dull, serious, and bland. It's time to look past these preconceptions. Let me tell you another story. In 2004, and a group of founders have just started a new company. Their previous company had failed very publicly. Their credibility is at an all-time low. They have a huge vision to change the way people communicate by using a new technology called avatars. The engineering challenge before them is immense. I'm in this second story too. I'm a co-founder of this company, which is called IMVU. At this point in our careers, my co-founders and I are determined to make new mistakes. We do everything wrong. Instead of spending years perfecting our technology, we build a minimum viable product, an early product that is terrible, full of bugs. Then we ship it to customers way before it's ready, and we charge money for it. We change the product constantly, much too fast by traditional standards, shipping new versions of our product dozens of times every single day. We really did have customers in those early days, true visionary early adopters, and we often talked to them and asked for their feedback. But we didn't do what they said. We viewed their input as only one source of information about our product and overall vision. In fact, we were much more likely to run experiments on our customers than to cater to their whims. Traditional business thinking says this approach shouldn't work, but it does, and you don't have to take my word for it. As you'll see, the approach we pioneered at IMVU has become the basis for a new movement of entrepreneurs around the world. It builds on many previous management and product development ideas, including lean manufacturing, design thinking, customer development, and agile development. It represents a new approach to creating continuous innovation. It's called the Lean Startup. There are 5 principles to the Lean Startup. Entrepreneurs are everywhere. You don't have to work in a garage to be in a startup. The concept of entrepreneurship includes anyone who works within my definition of a startup, a human institution designed to create new products and services under conditions of extreme uncertainty. That means entrepreneurs are everywhere, and the lean startup approach can work in any size company, even a very large enterprise, in any sector or industry. Entrepreneurship is management. A startup is an institution, not just a product, and so it requires a new kind of management specifically geared to its context of extreme uncertainty. It's managed through a unit of progress called validated learning. Startups exist not just to make stuff, make money, or even serve customers. They exist to learn how to build a sustainable business. This learning can be validated scientifically by running frequent experiments that allow entrepreneurs to test each element of their vision. We do this by running through the build, measure, learn feedback loop. The fundamental activity of a startup is to turn ideas into products, measure how customers respond, and then learn whether to pivot or persevere. All successful startup processes should be geared to accelerate that feedback loop. This measurement is called innovation accounting. To improve entrepreneurial outcomes and hold innovators accountable, we need to focus on the boring stuff, how to measure progress, how to set up milestones, and how to prioritize work. This requires a new kind of accounting designed for startups. It may seem counterintuitive to think that something as disruptive, innovative, and chaotic as a startup can be managed, or to be accurate, must be managed. Most people think of process and management as boring and dull, whereas startups are dynamic and exciting. But what is actually exciting is to see startups succeed and change the world. The passion, energy, and vision that people bring to these new ventures are resources too precious to waste. We can and must do better. This book is about how.
I love storyboard. It's like watching cartoons. Reminds me of being a kid. You know, so you can watch the video at home again too if you didn't get it all. Or buy the book. It's available in Chinese. So, yeah. Any questions? Does that excite anybody? Anybody excited? Like, wow, this is cool, I'm going to use this. You know, most of this is focused towards Silicon Valley, it's focused toward computers, programming, right, software. But that can apply to any business. Good or bad.
不知道今天的主题是什么吗？就，没有我在乎，就是说确切知道他大概在谈哪一个事情。那刚刚的内容都有抓到内容，没有？OK， they too fast，
Too fast, oh
too
yeah.
fast， yeah， especially the video。
Yeah.
主要是在谈几个啦，就是刚刚那个
Do you want to go through it again slowly?
Yeah, maybe the previous.
First one?
Previous, and
Yeah.
they had some conclusion, right?
I think so, yeah.
I explained to them in Chinese.
The lean startup is an approach coined by Eric Ries to build companies and launch products quicker and more in line with customer needs. It eliminates long development times and large amounts of funding to launch a company. Many companies currently spend months or even years building and perfecting a robust product or service, only to learn that customers don't want specific features, scientific experimentation, and feedback loop.
这个你应该知道嘛？其实那是刚才谈一个就是说你如果startup创业，那如果你想要去做一个事情，那其实现在这个时代跟以前不太一样，是你可以快速的去验证。那刚好提到这个 minimum viable product， 就是你可能你想象中会有一个你觉得最棒的产品的样态，就是什么都有，什么功能都很棒，设计很棒， 可是其实那不重要，在 Lean Startup 里面，其实你不用做一个这个最棒的产品，不用，你只要先把它必要的那个功能加进去就好了。这个产品不一定只是那个东西哦，也可能是个服务，也可能是什么东西。你再先谈一个最纯粹的东西就好了，然后先出去，先测试市场反应，然后进到这个圈圈。这个 review 已经出去了，对不对？然后回来就看看那个测试市场的反应，觉得东西很棒，卖不好，我们搞停收掉。你等于是用最小的力气再去测试，因为市场是这样子，就是说，其实所有的市场就是一群人，你其实人家都隔肚皮嘛，更何况是一群人，你根本不知道他们在想什么，所以你快速的丢出去之后，然后会看他们反应。如果不行，你就砍掉，或是改变方向。所以刚刚不是特讲那个 pivot， 就是在转方向这件事情。如果你觉得方向对，你就继续走；方向不对，你就把它转向。learn， 然后再重新 build。对，那the next this one。
Become the basis for a new movement of entrepreneurs around the world. It builds on many previous management and product development ideas, including lean manufacturing, design thinking, customer development, and agile development. It represents a new approach to creating continuous innovation. It's called the Lean Startup.
我觉得这还蛮重要的。
Everyone knows lean manufacturers, right? Lean manufacturers. Taiwan's a master of lean manufacturing.
Lean, what is lean? Really means
Just means that you do as efficiently as possible, time-wise, resource-wise.
就是用最精简的能量去做。
It was developed in Japan.
哦，
So they started with just in time production, manufacturing, just in time manufacturing.
OK，
And that's the lean again.
这其实我觉得还蛮重要的，就是你用最精简的方式去。 真的知道，这今天只是最有效率，投入1块钱，它的效率最大。Design thinking 就是，然后customer development，然后 what is this?
Agile development comes down to pivot, right? You make changes based on the feedback you get. You think you're going this way, but maybe choose this direction.
Is that the same with customer feedback?
Yeah, similar, right? Because this is listening to your customers, talking, communicating with your customers. That's development. And then agile development is when you make changes in your development based on your feedback from your customers.
The meaning is quicker response.
Right?
I think the final one is quicker response.
Agile development.
Yes.
Yeah, it's flavor traction. You know, like you sell a bunch of nice stuff, most beers, and they're all blue, and you find out no one likes blue. It's like pink. Well, you just change pink, right? That's how it works. It's cool.
我觉得这两个就是简单点，就是听市场声音。就这种东西是要卖给人家的，大家喜欢什么东西，你就是顺他们的状态去调整。对。它后面有几个那个。
There are 5 principles to the Lean Startup. Entrepreneurs are everywhere. You don't have to work in a garage to be in a startup. The concept of entrepreneurship includes anyone who works within my definition of a startup, a human institution designed to create new products and services under conditions of extreme uncertainty. That means entrepreneurs are everywhere, and the Lean Startup approach can work in any size company, even a very large enterprise, in any sector or industry.
Taiwan is full of entrepreneurs. Seriously.
Really?
It's a very entrepreneurial. Vendors are amazing. Entrepreneurs. People who
entrepreneurs 就是你知道那意思就是那个创业家。
Some people start companies, some people manage companies. Entrepreneurs start.
他意思就是说，就创业可以在任何地方，然后通常是在一个在一个非常极端独立的国家，所以越舒服 ，more comfortable is there's no
That's right.
yeah.
Government workers are the opposite of entrepreneurs.
Yeah.
They have a nice, comfortable job, no problem. They sit in their office, right?
Yes.
They're the opposite side of the scale.
Can you pronounce the word again?
Entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
It's français.
Entrepreneur. Okay.
Industry. Entrepreneurship is management. A startup is an institution, not just a product, and so it requires a new kind of management specifically geared to its context of extreme uncertainty.
Yeah, so entrepreneurship is management, right? That's a new principle. Right? You just think entrepreneurs just do their thing, but management is very important. And that's why you see so many startup incubators. They can help with that management, right? Let the entrepreneur do their thing, and the startup just helps manage it and connect it, keep them, you know, going.
我会说，新创事业其实还有一个就是很重要，就是你一旦做，它不是只是institution or product. What is it?
Oh yeah, so institution would be the incubator, the startup, right? And that's kind of what it is, and then the product is something. So as this form, you got your company forming and you got the product. You got to put them both together. You can't just be able to product. There needs to be an institution, some kind of a group or a team that is a company.
Oh, okay. 就是你只是生产一个东西，那不是 entrepreneurship。Yeah， 这还要加上管理。比方说你答应要出100套，你必须管理这件事情，让它 on time， 然后把它送出去，这是跟管理有关。
A product is a coffee cup, right? But the way that, you know, a Taiwanese manufacturer makes coffee cups and the way that IKEA makes coffee cups, the institution is very different. And as a result, you get a product. They're all coffee cups. But the institution really makes a difference. The belief, the thinking, the reading. No, I don't think so. It's designed just for startups. So, I mean, you could apply it to a design team with a company. Yeah, that's right. Small part of the company. Probably. I apply it when I go to school after kids class. These principles running, so you could adapt it to just what it's in.
But as a new kind of management, specifically geared to its context of extreme uncertainty, it's managed for a unit of progress called validated learning. Startups exist not just to make stuff, make money, or even serve customers. They exist to learn how to build a sustainable business. This learning can be validated scientifically by running proven experiments that allow entrepreneurs to test each element of their vision.
Yeah, validated learning. So, you know, companies make a product and send them out. They're like, did we sell something? Great, all right. You got to find out why they sold or why didn't they sold or what sales did you miss? Review what you do. Or like run experiments on your customers. That's crazy.
So what's validated mean?
Well, we use the word validated just because you can measure it somehow, right? You can learn things. You think, oh, I thought that was a great product. Great, let's look at it. It's not really validated, right? You got to go find real data. So, yeah, like your goal, your intuition is great, but you really need to get some numbers on it.
我觉得关键应该是他这一段，就是在实际运作过程中，然后他不断去检视什么是他对，什么是错的，然后不断的调整。
So like let's say we made coffee cups that had holes in the bottom, right? We just watched our customers drinking with them, right? PP, yeah, that was a bad idea, right? Figured out pretty quick.
Test each element of the vision. We do this by running through the build, measure, learn feedback loop. The fundamental activity of a startup is to turn ideas into products, measure how customers respond, and then learn whether to pivot or persevere.
One thing
All successful startup processes.
One thing they don't mention in here, also I've seen posted is focus, meaning you can really focus on your customers and focus on what they say. They might give you some great ideas, not just measure how they liked it, but more innovation too. Customers are really talking to companies now, so you can get great feedback.
But there's one question for me. How can you show that the feedback from customer is right?
Again, no, you
Just test. Okay.
Yeah, listen, usually the feedback you get from customers, they're usually crazy customers, right? They're like, I bought this twice, it doesn't work. Did you look at it? Right? You get the crazy people, right? So, yeah, you just gotta take it. You don't listen to it, but you evaluate it anyway.
OK。这边就是帮他们的圈圈嘛，你做，然后再跟客户的卖货的过程中拍他们的反应，然后最后你重新学习。是继续往那方向走，还是就转向？然后转向完之后，你又回来又继续 build， 再一次。
And so there's that point we're talking about pivot, right? Persevere means just go straight, keep going. Don't worry about what I'm saying, keep going. Or hey, pivot, change direction. Add a feature, let's change markets, something. Just try something else. And boom, do it again.
To accelerate that feedback loop. This measurement is called innovation accounting. To improve entrepreneurial outcomes and hold innovators accountable, we need to focus on the boring stuff. How to measure progress, how to set up milestones, and how to prioritize work. This requires a new kind of accounting designed for startup.
Yeah, what are milestones?
Innovation accounting.
I don't know what the hell that is. I guess it's a new kind of accounting. I mean, like you said, can we apply this to existing companies? If you've got an old company, you don't need innovation accounting. You need regular accounting, but this is a different kind of accounting.
What is accounting?
Accounting is just tracking the numbers. Tracking the numbers in accounting.
Oh, so
Just measuring the. What are milestones?
what is milestone?
Some level.
Yeah, some little benchmark, some level, some goal where you get to. Yeah, okay, that's a good point we want to get to.
我有时候会把 milestone 当成一个短期目标。对。
And what's important, when you get to a milestone, look back. Always look back from a milestone. Because it gives you more energy to keep going. Because you look back, remember that? Oh, you remember when we were, oh yeah. Remember the dungeon? Oh yeah, right? You can look back and say, yeah. You can see how far you've come, right? That's important. Always, get a milestone, look back. Keep going.
So it means the new way to account.
Just for startups, right? Yeah. We're trying to find things to measure so you know whether you're in the right direction or not. You've got to think of things, how you measure this, right? When we copied up Cento, the sales were down. Why were the sales down? I don't know. Who knows? But investigate, find out, measure it.
听起来比较像是你如何评估你自己的这个新创事业是否达到预期的水准，对不对？啊，基本上就是你们设定的不同里程碑，然后你看你到了没有？
So the three hub is all different companies have to come up with different ways to set up milestones and prioritize the work and have different ways to measure progress. So it's all the same lean startup approach, but they have different ways in different startups to measure these
Yeah.
things.
As you said, it's different. Every company's different. Right? You can't use a standard format. You have to really focus on creating your own.
But every startup must create the account, the way to account.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, they're similar. The software industry is very similar. Coffee cup industry, very different.
It may seem counterintuitive to think that something is disruptive, innovative, and chaotic as a startup can be managed, or to be accurate, must be managed. Most people think this process of management is boring and dull, whereas startups are dynamic and exciting. But what is actually exciting is to see startups succeed and change the world. The passion, energy, and vision that people bring to these new ventures are resources too precious to waste. We can and must do better. This book is about how.
不过我觉得在这个时间点谈 Starup 有不一样的意义，因为最近 Starup 是全球性的运动，就是疯狂在创业的事情。对。
Last week you talked about
Zeitgeist.
So related to this stuff.
Well, the guy who was going to come to the talk is the head of the Zeitgeist. He's not here. He's more unreliable than I am. And I'm really unreliable, so yeah. He'll come some other time, maybe. Why, you curious about Zeitgeist? Yeah?
I have watched some videos.
Oh, did you? They're good, eh? Oh, yeah, Peter Joseph. The guy who started this was Peter Joseph, an amazing videographer. He's just a genius with words and video. Oh, his movies are amazing. They changed the world already. Really awesome.
Next time, cover your camera or just
I don't know.
maybe you can just tell them more about the Zeitgeist.
Sure, yeah. Any questions about this? Boring stuff? Zeitgeist. Anybody? Any questions?
What's like what?
Zeitgeist?
Zeitgeist.
That's the only question. I'll show you Zeitgeist now. Prepare to have your minds forever change. You will never be the same, okay? If you're scared of, new different things, then just keep learning now. Zeitgeist. Movement, whatever, yeah. You can watch. Is there a Zeitgeist summary? Zeitgeist. 120, oh. Year review. Credits. Well, this dude's rocking, yeah. He's really checking That was not 14. Oh, that was awesome. That was like the 90s, 80s. What the hell? That's retarded. You understand? No? No, yeah. Okay, so Zeitgeist 2014, year review.
This doesn't happen.
None of that happened in 2014. I mean, all the time we forget things and people and times and places. Oh, here's the full film. Oh, man. I don't know. That was a smooth one, Zeitgeist. Okay. Go watch Zeitgeist again, because that moment. The
I
guy,
think this one has Chinese subtitles.
Chinese subtitles. That's awesome. Yeah, Peter Joseph just talks about what's happening and changing in the world right now. Yeah, awesome. His very first one started with religion, different religions of the world, and how they're also similar. But it's a great film. Now it's a movement around the world, Zeitgeist.
basically just people getting together and making a better world, right? The old system's crashed, let it crash. We're just gonna make our own, do it better.
Is this related to last week you mentioned about project is
Yeah, Venus Project? Yes.
Yeah, Venus.
Exactly. Same kind of thing. Actually, Zeitgeist and Venus worked together for a while. And yeah, so very similar. Venus Project is the one. This is kind of like, Zeitgeist is kind of like slap in the face. Whack! Like, wake up, people. Everybody's face. It's like a smack in the face. Like, okay, wake up, people. This is the real world. Okay? And then the Venus Project is, okay, let's make it better. Both are global organizations.
Zeitgeist没有说你那个新时代的精神的一个创造。
There's many organizations around the world that are forming similar ideas, similar concepts. Dr. Fresco, this is the crazy little guy right here. He's almost 100 years old and he's crazy as hell. Just a genius. This is one of his best talks. You can watch that one. The greatest talk of Dr. Fresco, really. Subtitles too. How about this one? Oh, this looks good, yeah.
What is the Venus Project? The Venus Project is a new socioeconomic system that is of capitalism, communism, socialism, nor fascism. It's nothing like anything that has ever been tried before. It's not a dictatorship, nor is it democratic. It will achieve what all democracies have always tried to and never did. Freedom from violence, abuse, coercion, and restrictions that are unnecessary and only serve a small minority at the expense of the rest. It is a system that works for all of us and the environment we depend on.
Except the internet.
It seems that society today is unable to provide many people with a high standard of living, although it has been technically possible to do so for quite a while.
That's the key.
There are many possible solutions that have been around for many years for housing, transportation, creating clean renewable energy, growing nutritious food, and providing clean water. But very little has been done to put them into practice due to the insufficiencies of the social structure we live in today. The Venus Project offers a system that will abundance of technologies that shorten the workday and raise the standard of living higher than what most people realize possible. We invite you to learn about the Venus Project at thevenusproject.com.
So is the concept like the film that segment
Yeah, but on Earth. It's for everybody. Just like lithium, but on Earth for everybody.
So it's building like a city.
It's like building a new cultural way of doing things.
New lifestyle.
Yeah, it's like we're global now. Let's start acting global, right? We still have governments and countries fighting with each other. It's ridiculous. Come on, we're all global on the same planet, right? Let's get together and create a future that works for everybody.
So it's actually now.
Yeah, it started already.
So where is it?
Everywhere. But again, it's just the thing where, like, I'm engineering in Venus. Taiwan. We look at engineering Taiwan already. That's it. It's me. Yeah. So there's people all over the world, and we're just kind of slowly organizing.
So are they going to take a place and build something on it, or are they going to change the origin of society?
Okay, so this is a good question. Here's the main problem. This guy right here. He is the visionary, Jacques Fresco. Okay, brilliant guy. He's 100 years old and absolutely brilliant. So, where is he? Yeah, but I want to say this guy, Fresco. So he's really a genius. My God, he can see the world so clearly, and he's so intelligent. But he's asshole to work with. He's old and cranky, right? So everybody's tried to work with him it hasn't worked out. But he's almost dead. So we're waiting for him to die. Once he dies, we're going to run it. Don't tell him I said that. It's on video shot, buddy. I love you, buddy. Your vision has guided us, but just get out of the way and let's do it. Yeah. Yeah, don't try to work with camp. But he's a brilliant guy. Watch his lectures. You'll just be like, wow, this guy is just, yeah. He's like a Buddha kind of intelligence. It's amazing. That's Roxanne Meadows. She's his personal assistant. So this is Jacques' dream. It's kind of, far out there. The reality is everybody is unique all over the planet. He's got some crazy machines.
This brief video will outline a location designed to avoid all the mistakes. A vision of efficiency, sustainability, and intelligent planning can lead us into a marvelous new world of unlimited human potential. Designing the future. This vision could be a showcase of what the world can be in our scientific age. Science and technology could be used for human betterment and the restoration and protection of the environment, serving as an example of the intelligent application of a systems approach. While some people advocate the restoration of existing worn-out cities, these efforts fall short of the potentials of modern technology. Repairing outmoded cities results in higher costs to operation and maintenance. It is actually less expensive in the long run to build newer cities from the ground up than to restore and maintain old ones. A total city system approach requires overall planning to attain a higher standard of living for all the city's occupants. The circular arrangement efficiently permits the most sophisticated use of available resources and construction techniques with a minimum expenditure of energy. This can make available to all people the most advanced amenities that modern science and technology can provide. It could be the hub and learning center for people from all over the world to visit and hopefully emulate this design approach in other parts of the world. Design considerations for these new cities include its overall functioning, its ease of assembly, the reduction of maintenance, efficient transportation, and its simplicity and durability. This will include the flexibility to permit ongoing and later changes. The city would function as an evolving, integrated organism rather than a static structure. This system's approach envisions assembling entire cities by standardizing basic structural elements, which are prefabricated in automated plants and assembled on-site. Many of these buildings will be comprised of standard units that can be arranged to meet many different requirements. This approach means that these cities can be extremely cost-efficient because only one sector needs to be designed, which can be duplicated repeatedly with completion of an entire city as totally integrated city systems anywhere in the world. The outer perimeter will be part of the recreational area with golf courses, hiking and biking trails, and opportunities for water sports. Inside this area, a waterway surrounds an agricultural belt with indoor and outdoor agriculture. Continuing toward the city center, 8 green sectors provide clean, renewable resources of energy using wind, solar, and heat concentrators. Waste recycling and other services are located beneath the city. The plan utilizes the best of clean technology in harmony with the surrounding environment. The residential district features beautiful landscape with lakes and winding streams, a wide range of creative, innovative apartment buildings, and individual unique homes will provide many options for the occupants.
structures serve as photovoltaic generators, converting solar radiation directly into electricity for heating, cooling, and other needs. The thermal bubble effect will also be used for generating electricity. The wide range of individual homes are prefabricated and relatively maintenance-free, fire resistance, and impervious to weather. With this type of construction, there will be little or no damage from floods, earthquakes, or hurricanes. Their shown construction can be mass-produced efficiently and economically. New energy-efficient systems can be installed to supply enough power to operate the entire household. Adjacent to the residential district are planning, science, and research centers. 8 domes surrounding the central dome house art, music, exhibition, entertainment, and conference centers. Lovely parks, lakes, streams, and waterfalls are located throughout the entire city. The second dome, or theme center, contains schools, healthcare, shopping, communications networking, and childcare. It is also the core for most transportation services, which move people by transmitters, horizontally, vertically, and radially, anywhere in the city. This minimizes the need for automobile transportation, except for emergency vehicles. Transportation between cities would be by monorail. The central dome will eventually house a cybernetic complex, which serves as the brain and nervous system of the entire city.
Big data runs the whole thing.
Virtual image of Earth using satellite communication systems, which display information on weather, agriculture, transportation, and the operation of the whole city. This cybernetic system will use environmental sensors to help maintain a balanced load economy, which avoids overruns and shortages. For example, in the agricultural belt, electronic probes monitor and maintain the soil conditions, water table, nutrients, and more. This method of electronic feedback can be applied to the entire city complex. With computers now able to process trillions of bits of information per second, they are vital for arriving at correct decisions for the management of these innovative cities. The architectural structures themselves be tools of future possibilities, with a wide variety of exhibition buildings. Many of the displays will depict not what the future will be, but what it can be. Some of the cities may be total enclosure systems, which are self-sufficient. These massive structures would contain residences, parks, recreation, entertainment, healthcare, educational facilities, and more. Everything built in these cities would be as near to a self-contained system as conditions allow. In these total enclosure arrangements, the skyscraper assures that more land is available for parks and wilderness preserves, while at the same time eliminating urban sprawl. Wherever possible, geothermal energy can be harnessed. Geothermal power offers the possibility of an abundant source of clean energy. This source alone can provide enough energy for the next 1,000 years. National transportation systems would include a network of waterways and canals. These bodies of water would minimize the threat of floods and droughts by diverting floodwaters to storage basins. In addition, these canals would supply water for irrigation, fish farms, and recreation. The canals can also be used for desalination, using a method of evaporative condensation. In some instances, ships could serve as floating automated plants, capable of processing raw materials into finished products while en route to their destination.
Anyway, that's the Venus project.
Even ships and submarines.
There's a great zone right there.
Yeah, it's simple. It's just using the science technology we have to create the future, right? And once we become one global organization, we can do that. But this project's going to take a long time. It's not going to be done in our time. But you know, we'll spend our entire life working at it, right? We'll never see it, but we'll get closer to it. I mean, this system must exist when we have more money, right? Money won't use money anymore. The economy will be resource-based. I mean, every person on the planet has an equal share. Kind of like communism, but you know, a step above that, more intelligent. So yeah, it's what he knew. Watch his videos. He's a brilliant guy. He's awesome, but he's crazy as hell. But he's got a great vision, and people all around the world are following him. It's really awesome. They got a new movie coming out. Any questions?
Yeah, I think the nowadays they running the government like running the business.
Yeah, that's right. Because the economy is driving. The economy is destroying her, right?
So
Currency problem. Money is just killing everything. Right? This will take a long time because it's a cultural change. It's not. We have the intelligence, but it's a cultural change. It will take many generations, probably 6 generations. But it's a great vision of the future. Any questions? This is why we got to take the government down. Actually, we don't take them down. They're all failing. There's no need to take them down, right? Jacques always says, don't fight the old system. Just build a better one, right? Build a better system, and you will move to the better system. All right? We don't have to fight them. They're collapsing. All right. I'm not even going to bother giving you slackers homework because you're not going to do it anyway. Yeah, the homework is watch one of these. Watch his life diet or watch Venus. Watch one of Jacques' talks. You're great. All right, any other questions? No. Okay. Anything to add? Hey, you can put a Venus poster up on the wall. Venus? Yeah. Yeah. The wall. On the wall. Yeah. It's okay.
那他刚刚在讲什么？
Yeah, 这个 Venus. Zeitgeist. Zeitgeist with a slap in the face, and then the Venus Project is paid let's get it. Yeah.
不知道我是跑起来上面。网上都有那个有中文字幕的影片，所以可以看一下。那我觉得最近这个方向很夯，是因为那个科技越来越发达，所以每个人的能量会越来越强大。
Yeah, that's right. It's German. And Zeiss is like the top. The top. German?
That's the English is too logical.
Too logical?
German's too logical. Okay. Oh, yes, that's it. Thank you.
I'm done now, actually.